Hello and welcome. My name is Garrett Connor, and I'm a food and resource economics major, and I'm going into my senior year here at UF. And let me introduce you to my lovely girlfriend, Kayla Shawfield. Kayla and I met at Florida Southern College in 2015, and she was a lacrosse player, and I played baseball. She became a national champion her sophomore year, helping lead her team to victory as she scored the first goal in the game to help defeat the two-time defending champions for FSC's first women's lacrosse championship in school's history. She graduated early, foregoing her senior season with a degree in healthcare administration with magna cum laude honors, which means that she graduated with a 3.8 to 3.9 honors, which is extremely impressive. After graduating early, she immediately got her real estate license, all the while being a head coach for her local high school's JV women's lacrosse team, leading them to the most wins they've had in recent years. Right after she finished her first year coaching, she decided to go back to school full-time and is currently finishing up her MBA this December. And she has been selected for this interview because I feel she is an outstanding leader in many ways that is too good to pass her up on. She's had many different experiences, and which has shaped the way that she leads and acts today. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Kayla Shawfield.
Hello.
Hi, Kayla. I just wanted to start off by my first question being, what was it like whenever you were playing lacrosse and helping lead a team to a national championship?
Well, I wasn't a captain, but I was a starter on the team and often regarded as an informal leader because I usually led the games in assists, which is an offensive thing. The season that we won the national title, it was a really hard-fought battle. Not only the national championship game itself, as we rose from a 4-goal deficit during that to win, but I'm talking like season long. The most important part was the day in, day out work that my team and I had to do to make sure that we were successful on and off the field. Some of the regular season games that we played to ensure spots in the playoff ranks were some of the toughest in my whole sporting career. But to fight your hardest and win on the field as a team and get to win the national title, every blood, sweat, and tear was worth it.
Awesome. That must have been an incredible experience nonetheless, especially to go back-to-back years there, which was not expressed earlier. And my second question being, you graduated with a 3.8, 3.9, what was it? That's high honors right there. And doing that, you had to do a lot of class experience or class projects with people that weren't as capable as you. What was it like to lead those people that were slacking off and having to take over as a leadership role there in those groups?
Yeah, to some reluctance, I was oftentimes the leader of like any school-related group work. I enjoy it because I personally feel like I have an understanding of what's going on and what's going to be expected from the project. Mm-hmm. And I also find it like easy and honestly like sometimes fun to delegate work. So with the slacking off thing, it definitely doesn't surprise me. It's often like expected at this point that people are going to slack off. And also everyone has their own life going on, so different times.
Absolutely.
But it's definitely not fun when you get work dumped on you more than what you expected. But for the sake of a good grade, I usually pick up the slack.
Yeah, I might have been one of those slackers if I was in one of your groups for sure. Definitely. But after you finished up lacrosse and you started coaching JV, what was it like to be a success right there whenever in years prior it wasn't as dominant as it was whenever you were coaching?
It definitely had its challenges, but I feel like I personally find coaching sports teams super rewarding and honestly a lot of fun most times. The most challenging thing that I had was not trying to gain respect. The girls immediately had respect for me, but was understanding that each player was her own person and had her own way of viewing the world or the sport itself. It was important to reinforce the skill I was trying to teach in different types of ways so that everyone would have a good understanding of the way that I was coaching them to perform a specific skill set or play or whatever it be. I was the JV coach of the girls lacrosse team, and on my first day, a few of the returning players informed me that they hadn't won a single game during the season for like several years in a row. So I was determined to, let my team experience the feeling of a win. I was coaching from the ground up. Like, none of these girls knew any fundamentals or any of the game, like basic fundamentals. By the end of the season, we not only had a lot of fun, but the girls raved about how much they learned and how much fun it was to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Winning is fun. Losing is not so fun. That's awesome that you got to help them do that. Now, as explained earlier, you have gotten your real estate license pretty early on in life. That's awesome. What is it like whenever you're leading young homeowners or future homeowners to a sale that can be their future home? What's that like? How's it like leading them?
So the process is buyers usually reach out to me, a real estate agent. I first ask them what they're looking for, what the criteria is of what they want in their new home, their price point, and a few other key points. The whole process is about what the buyers want and making it as happy and as smooth of a transaction as you can as a professional. So, once I get that criteria, I look to the MLS or the multiples listing system to find out what's available currently on the market, and also set up my buyers to be notified when anything that hits their criteria, anything that fits their criteria hits the market. So once they find a few homes that they're interested in, they will usually find one that is the one. So, once they find the one, we submit the buyer's highest and best offer to the sellers and the seller's agent. Assuming all goes well, the sellers accept the offer with an executed contract. And then after that, I further lead and assist them through the appraisal, inspection process, and the whole closing process. Many first-time home buyers don't really know what goes into buying a home, and it's a lot. And they look to you as the professional to lead them and help them for their first home or for their second home or whatever it may be.
Absolutely. Looking to somebody who knows what they're talking about is definitely part of being a leader. What would you describe or define as a good leader?
A good leader is definitely someone who understands the people that he or she is leading, and also understands like what their wants and needs are. And the biggest part of leadership is the ability to influence them to the greater good or the greater whatever the goal may be. Some aspects I think a good leader has would be that they're persuasive, flexible to different situations, and they have great communication skills.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, and it was a pleasure interviewing you.